You're getting to the point of the year where you need to add new students to your gClass folders, and I want to take a minute to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you two ways to do this. I'm going to show you a way to rerun the folder script, and then the second way I'm going to show you is just manually entering student information to the 3 class folders that are developed from the script. So let's look first at running the script. You want to select the gClass folder script, and if I helped you with this, I called it something like the script file with a do not delete. So look at that, open it up. You want to select the gClass roster tab, and then just go ahead and hand enter new students information. So we have a test student, and I'm going to put their first name, last name, their email address, and then the class name and the period. And with the class name and period, just follow the same naming conventions or whatever that we did for the rest of your classes. And then enter your email address. And then stop there. The script will run the rest of this. Okay, so once you have the first name, last name, student email, the class information, and your email address, go up to the gClass folder menu and then select Create New Folders and Shares. And it runs that script. You can see it kind of reordered it, and in a minute, yep, it fills that information in. Gives us this message that that one new assignment has been created. And let's take a look at what it is that this just did. From the student perspective, so here I am, I'm logged in as the student test account that I just ran the script for. And I need to go into, or the student needs to go into the shared with me location. And once they're there, they're going to see those 3 folders that we just developed for your class or their class. But the thing about this is kids can't navigate to this shared with me location. So they have to take these 3 folders and move them to their My Drive location. So quite simply, all they do is check those 3 boxes, and they're going to check or click this Add to My Drive button. And when they do that, they get the My Drive indicator. And when I navigate back to My Drive, the 3 folders are there. Very handy, and about the only way your kids are going to be able to navigate to get to these 3 folders. Now, the reason why this is important is because this assignment folder is where your students are going to start electronically submitting their Google Docs and work to you. Now, if you want them to, you could have them make a new folder in their drive and call it specifically your class name, the subject or whatever, and kids can organize these shared folders into their new folder. The sharing rights don't break. So I'm going to go back to my account. I told you at the beginning of this recording that I was going to show you how to run the script, but I also was going to show you how you can navigate to your class folders and add rights manually and individually to each one of the course folders. So I had mine set up so that they go into the second block. And when I expand my second block, you'll see my Edit, View, and Assignment folders. Quite simply, all I need to do is click the drop-down arrow from each one of these folders and share them with my new student. So I'm going to click the drop-down folder, I'm going to go down to Share, and over to Share again. Okay, so in this particular case, you'll see all of the students that already have access to that folder. And all you need to do is type in your new student here. So let's just say, all right, that was a bad example because I'd already typed his name, but here's where he would enter the student's email address, and then make sure you give the student the correct rights for the folder that you're editing. In this particular case, I'm editing the edit folder, and so I want the student to be able to edit. So I'm going to leave that particular right set the way that it is. Notice here too that you can notify students through email if you want to do that. I'm going to uncheck it. It's not that big of a deal in this particular case, and then I just save and share. It's because I did not send a notification, it's going to pop this message up, but that's okay. I'm just going to do it. All right, and notice here too, this is my fictitious George Washington account as a student in Center, and it is telling me that there is not a Google account associated with that email address. So anyway, that's how you are going to share student folders. Now, you'll do the same thing for the view, but be aware that when you go to the view folder, by default, when you enter a student's name, the default setting is that the student can edit anything in that folder. You want to make sure that you change that to they can only view anything in that folder. Now, when you get down to the assignment folder, you actually need to get into that folder and create a new folder, right? Because this is the location where one student has rights along with you to that one folder. So I'm going to create a folder. I'll name it in a similar type of naming convention. So this is just a second block assignment. And goodness, sorry about that. Assignment folder, create. All right, once you have that folder created, now I need to share that folder. So I'm just going to right click. I'm going to go to share, share again. And here's that common sharing page that pops open. And now I'm going to enter my student's email address. Obviously, I have another fictitious name going here, and it's going to give me that same error if I would try to save it. But again, I'm going to make sure the student can edit because it is the assignment folder. I don't want a notification to go, and then if this were a real account, I would just click save and share. I'm going to cancel out of it for now. Just going to click done. So those are your two options for adding new students and giving them rights to the gClass folders. I also have a document on all of this information, so if you're more of that visual learner that you need to read something and then do it, I have that available as well.